That's no moon.
The worm shall wander the earth, and such a pestilence will follow in his wake that all that know of his passing shall be struck down by the plague. So saith the wise Alondo.
Goldshire. Once upon a time, a sleepy little farming village, nestled on the road between Cormorp and Luthfer, in the foothills of the Sunset Mountains. Unremarkable, except for the Dragon's Pride Inn. At least, that's how it was until a year ago. Whilst burying one of its local halfling inhabitants, one Popo Frymore, gold and diamonds were discovered within the grave. Word of the discovery soon traveled out, spreading throughout the kingdom of Athenia and beyond. Gold, silver, and rare gemstones had been discovered suddenly, and people poured into the sleepy hamlet, seeking to make their fortune. As word spread, so did people's greed. Bandits, humanoid tribes, and the Gentleram out of Darkhold all took notice of the sleepy village, now booming with people and treasure. A call for protection went out from the town council and mayor to the king, and a garrison of soldiers, led by the brave knight, Lady Sorsha, were dispatched to ensure the safety of the people and the maintaining of the king's peace. 5 weeks ago, a caravan departed from Baldur's Gate, laden with wagons of goods to sell in the booming village. 10 wagons loaded to bear, 2 more for support, carrying tents, a kitchen, medical supplies, etc., and a good-sized guard of 20 with it. The caravan master, a wily Kalashite named Majid Ilderim, pushed the caravan hard, and seemingly had a sixth sense for what areas along the route to avoid, and what shortcuts to take. Still, there was trouble, and the guard platoons more than earned their pay. 2 separate times, raiders of goblins, the first led by a one-eyed bugbear, the second led by a loathsome-looking hobgoblin, attacked the caravan and were slain or chased off, with no loss to the caravan. The third attack, which Majid attributed to Gentram out of Darkhold, occurred within 3 days' travel of Goldshire. The bandits were well equipped, all wearing blackened chain mail, and armed with swords and bows. They assaulted the caravan from 2 directions, with a coordination that could only be arranged through magic. And they had at least 1 cleric of Bane with them, for Junius Velthspar, the second in command of the guards, and a paladin of Torm, was struck down by magic that reeked of Bane. However, only a single wagon's team of horses and 2 guards, not counting Junius, were slain in the attack. An Athenian patrol, led by Sir Marcus Silverspear, a half-elven Athenian knight, arrived on the scene of the attack soon after Junius was slain. The guards' efforts, enhanced by the dozen soldiers and the knight, made fast work of those forces that remained. No sign of the Banite cleric was found amongst the dead. Sir Marcus and his men accompanied the caravan the remainder of its journey to Goldshire, and once there, Majid proceeded to make a fortune, even selling the wagons and horses that he had utilized. All the guards were paid a bonus for their efforts, and friendships created along the road made friends to share drinks with at the Dragon's Pride Inn. However, that was more than 2 weeks ago, and the gold made on that venture has run out. Majid is not intending to lead another caravan from the town, instead utilizing his profits to set himself up with a new business, establishing his own trading coaster based from the town. And so, the group, bonded by the friendship and dependence on one another from their journey from Baldur's Gate to Goldshire, find themselves needing income. At a tip from Gwendolen, the barmaid at the Dragon's Pride, the group stands before the board that Lady Sorsha, commander of the garrison and charged with Goldshire's defense, has erected outside the Dragon's Pride, glancing over the various offers of work for pay.
Fear not this night, you will not go astray. Though shadows fall, still the stars find their way. Awaken from a quiet sleep, hear the whispering of the wind. Awaken as the silence grows in a solitude of the night. Darkness spreads throughout the land, and your weary eyes open silently. Sunsets have forsaken all the most far of the horizons. Nightmares come when shadows grow. Eyes closed and heart beats slow. Fear not this night, you will not go astray. Though shadows fall, still the stars find a way. And you can always be strong. Lift your voice with the first light of dawn. Dawn's just a heartbeat away. Hope's just a sunrise away. Distant sounds of melodies calling through the night to your heart. Auroras, mists and echoes dance in the solitude of our life. Bleeding Salinarias, gently grieving in captive misery.
It started long years ago. Weekends, weeknights when the lights are low. The word goes around to those in the know. The D&D game is going down. Time set aside to play it hook or crook. Millions of gamers are heading for their books. Gather round, lads, forget the funny looks. Everyone's dungeon bound. Said everyone's dungeon bound. Come bards from the north, elves off the moor, gamers off work, get down to the store. Scratch your neighbor, what's underneath? A wizard or a cleric or a thief. Generation since Gygax, rolling their initiative and scarfing down a snack. It's fun to fill a form, and if you roll some awesome stats, you can always earn a couple more. Oh, next week coming back for more. Come gnomes from the north, orcs off the moor, freaks and geeks, get down to the store. Scratch your neighbor, what's underneath? A paladin, a fighter, or a thief. 5 and 20 halflings, silent in the field, never held for ransom, never made to yield. Half-elven lady known to be a spy, rolling her charisma while the gentlemen go by. Yeah. Ooh, rolling now, come bards from the north, elves off the moor, gamers off work, get down to the store. Scratch your neighbor, what's underneath? A wizard or a cleric or a thief. A human half-orc, play the one you like. Bust a couple heads instead of studying for psych. Long sword, short sword, scimitar, a bow. Everyone's a gamer, don't you know? Bards from the north, elves off the moor, freaks and gamer geeks, get down to the store. Scratch your neighbor, what's underneath? A wizard or a cleric or a thief. A paladin, a fighter or